Alright, ye salty sea dogs. We got Mountains Walking Brew, and we are going to be drinking this Opaque Thoughts Double Milkshake IPA with pineapple peach, tangerine, vanilla bean, and lactose. And Mountains Walking is actually from Montana. And I figured I'd drink a Montana brew because we're going to be tributing a Montana shaver. And this one goes to LatherMeWhiskers, the captain. Alright. Cheers, buddy. You're up for Tribute Shave Week, and we got a good one. We are going to be using some motherfucking right there. Not Black Ship, rather LatherMeWhiskers dedication soap. Black Ship had their chance to do it right, you know what I mean? They had their fucking chance. They had their chance to do it right with their giveaway, and they were doing a pirate themed giveaway to have a soap named after a community member, and they didn't choose Whiskers, and he participated fairly. We still salty. We're still salty. As a matter of fact, I'm still not using this. This is just the new label that I put on the soap. But I'm still not using this. What we're gonna be using, rather, is Viking soaps, Denmark. And this one was actually sent to me by Paul. Let's go ahead and just get this tape off of there. This one was actually sent to me by Paul, and he said, he knew that I like Viking soaps, and he said, you know, you gotta check this one out. Denmark smells amazing, and it's not a dupe, he said. And it really is. You can see there, he gave me a pretty fucking generous sample. I could get multiple shaves out of this. I'm familiar with the Viking soaps base. I like the Viking soaps base. And so it's somewhat hard, as you can see here. I'm just going to take a little pinch. I got the Captain's Choice bowl. I'm just going to kind of smear some on the inside. This isn't the Captain's Choice bowl, but it's a Captain's Choice bowl. The Captain has a fucking fantastic black and gold flake lathering bowl from Bobby Moffett from Sawdust Creation Studios. Bobby makes a bunch of cool shit, and that one is no exception. His bowls are actually pretty badass. I need to fucking see if I can't get a hold of him and kind of talk him into making me a fucking badass bowl. He's been kind of cranking them out lately. I think maybe gaining a little bit of a kind of bowl lathering following, and I think Bobby definitely deserves that attention because he's been kind of grinding away, just drop after drop, brush after brush, bowl after bowl. So maybe I should look into that here pretty soon because he's definitely made some shit that has caught my eye. Anyways, Viking soaps, Denmark. It's tobacco and vetiver, and rum, and some slight citrus. So those were the notes that were given on the website, and to me, it's kind of sweet, kind of warm. I don't know what it is, but I'm like perceiving. It's almost like a sweet cinnamon. But it's not cinnamon because there's no cinnamon in it. But the notes combined kind of give off that somewhat cinnamony vibe. And this is the V69 Soft Titty Bulb. And that's from Smiles for Miles. You can see the coin inside with the skateboard eyes. And this is my Fresh Hop brush. Not a wasp tail. This is a IPA glass design. And it has actual hops inside. But I figured I'd use Smiles for Miles because my boy, LatherMeWhiskers, is a big fan of good old Smiley. And him, amongst some of my other degenerate brothers, really put me on to Smilez for Miles. I suppose I knew about him for a while, but I was kind of just not like hyped on him. And between Paul and Ken and Marion and fucking just a bunch of other people, I kind of came around, and I'm sure glad I did, because me and Smilez collaborated on one hell of a good looking brush here. But I figured I'd use my Smilez for Miles on this LatherMeWhiskers tribute shave, because he's definitely a fan of Smilez for Miles, so I might as well use some shit that he really enjoys. And this soft titty knot is one of the ones that Paul told me was the real deal, like it was real good, and he did not lead me astray whatsoever. This soft titty knot is exactly as it is described. Very soft and plush. So I figured I'd do Paul next up, because he's just a fucking, like, ever since I've gotten closer to him, and even before I really got to know the guy, very supportive. He's another bearded wet shaver, and he was like, he had some killer pictures, like that's kind of undeniable. His like editing and photo skills and like positioning, I don't know if you, maybe it's called staging, but staging for photos and then taking the photos and all that shit, editing, I mean, top fucking notch. His photos on like his Instagram and his YouTube video thumbnails and shit like that, they're just fucking top rank, man. I either put a ton of soap in here or this is just some thirsty soap, but either way, we're gonna have some fucking suds to fly here. We're gonna have some fucking suds to work with. Alright, let me put that down. I am a big fan of the scent. This is actually, I think, maybe the second time I opened it. I totally forgot what it smelled like until I reopened it. And this is definitely a winner for me, this Denmark scent. It's not in stock right now on his website, but if he restocks this, I would not hesitate picking it up. It's nice. I don't think it's too warm or too sweet to be worn year-round. It's just kind of that slightly sweet and then slightly warm. But it's nice. It's really enjoyable. I don't think it's too dark or too earthy or anything like that. Don't let the vetiver scare you off. I actually don't think it's too boozy either because of the rum. It's just kind of I think it's an easy wearing scent, really. Not overly complex. It just smells good. All right. So, if you guys are unfamiliar with LatherMeWhiskers, you should definitely check out his Instagram. You'll instantly notice how fucking badass his photos are and his unbreakable pirate character. He stays in pirate mode all the time. And we absolutely love him for it. He fucking just goes and goes and goes in pirate mode. And it's fucking awesome. Like, even in the comments, even like posts, stories, lives, whatever he does, it's pirate mode, baby. We're going to be using the Dubl duck. This one is the Goldedge. I actually hunted down a Goldedge after I saw how beautiful Paul's Goldedge was rip. You gotta get another one, bro. You gotta. But for a while there, me and him both had one until his took a devastating drop. But he'll get another one. We're still Double Duck bros. I don't give a fuck. Still Double Duck bros. And that's why I'm using the Double Duck today, because Paul is my fucking Double Duck brother. This one has the Frank Misa edge on it. Which is very sharp and smooth, but I do really get a lot of enjoyment out of it. If you didn't know, the Cap'n LatherMeWhiskers is also a honer, and I have had the pleasure of trying his edge, and it was actually very smooth. It was like an approachable straight razor edge. It didn't feel threatening, but the thing about it is although it was so smooth, like there was no tugging whatsoever. It was brilliantly efficient, but it was just like surprisingly smooth. Like it was like hiding that, you know what I mean? Let's get this side. So alongside Paul's awesome honing skills, he actually does some pretty impressive restoration work. If you follow his IG, you'll get to see some of the projects that he's worked on, including some custom stuff. And it's always pretty fucking impressive to see the kind of before and after pictures, because sometimes he takes like a ton of rust off, or even like some pitting off, and then it'll be kind of a little bit grimy and the blade will be dull and have all this age on it and whatnot. And then by the time he's done with it and you're seeing those after photos and you see like it's like brilliantly shiny, looks like fucking new. In the case of the custom work, like he fucking designs some really cool scales. Like he'll buy some cool scales and then shape them to your blade, and then the finished product just looks like completely legit and stunning. I mean, this guy, he's just like, is like a captain of many trades. Like, he's good at so much shit. It's impressive. I really do. I plan to get something from him done in the future because I'm a fan of his edge. I'm a fan of the scales and shit that he does. Definitely have some blades that could use a little love. I know he's a busy man right now because he's starting to get recognition for his awesome work. But maybe I'll just throw some stuff his way and tell him no rush, because I'm sure he has a backlist at this point. Who knows? Just get some more lather. But Paul's always been super fucking cool, and especially once we got closer and kind of formed a bond and got to know each other, he definitely be the captain, the one true pirate wet shaver. And I be the loyal bougie beard, the first mate. And we have a bunch of fun, man. We have a bunch of fun. LatherMeWhiskers is cool fucking people. Like, you definitely should check out his IG. And he's not like a full-time YouTuber or anything like that, but he does put some content up, and it's always top-notch shit. So also check out his YouTube channel. Both will be mentioned in the description below. Always check the description below. I usually have some shit down there, and I don't write like an essay, so you could just scroll right through it real quick. Alright, let's get this against the grain pass popping. Viking soaps is definitely like budget, high quality. I really do enjoy it. I used Viking soaps in my as above, so below shave because I really enjoyed how good it was and how affordable it is. And the dude over at Viking Shave is like pretty cool guy to work with. He makes some badass brush handles. He offers some badger knots. And he makes a pretty good soap and splash that's affordable. So props to that. He does do a fair amount of dupe scents, but I mean, a lot of people are cool with that. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but kind of shifted that soap around. Anyways, back to the man of the hour. I really do appreciate Paul letting me borrow a bunch of shit a while back. He sent me like all kinds of different soaps. He sent me a gold dollar with his edge on it. And he sent me a commissary, a traditional commissary, which I had never tried up until then. And then I've had my struggles with the commissary shaves, and he since has uploaded not one but 2 videos that were directed towards helping me along the way with my commissary journey, and that shit could not be more appreciated because I definitely could use some help in the traditional commissary world. And me and Paul are kind of the same mind when it's like they were made to be used with only one edge, and so I intend to use it with only one edge. And I was going to use my commissary tonight, but I figured since we're Double Duck brothers, I would use my Double Duck, my Goldedge. That was a pretty smooth shave. I noticed when I was over here that I did get a spot of blood. I think I just knocked the top off something because I could see there's kind of a patch of blemishes or whatever. But I don't think there was any actual weepers or anything like that. I just knocked the top off something. That's pretty good shave. Definitely a DFS shave. I gotta say, like, I fucking appreciate Paul. I think he brings something unique to the wet shaving space with the pirate getup, the pirate persona, and the enthusiasm for the hobby. And really, he does put a lot of shine on artisans that are kind of smaller, but are putting out great products. And I appreciate that too, because that's kind of a cut from my cloth type deal, because I also like to put shine on artisans, you know, who don't get as much love. So I appreciate that about him as well. And I appreciate all the pointers and shit that he sent my way. And the dude is a funny motherfucker too. I appreciate the laughs that I get from him. So please check out LatherMeWhiskers if you haven't, man. Hit him up for some restorer work. Hit him up for some honing work. Hit him up for some custom work. Hit up his IG for some fucking badass shaving pics and stories and whatnot. And then check out his YouTube for some of that like non-breaking pirate persona while shaving. It's fucking awesome. I got some Storybook Hook Aftershave right here. And Hook is one of his favorites. This is one of the ones he really wanted me to try. And I'm glad I got to try it from him shortly before Storybooks announced closing. And it all kind of coincided to me basically trying before I buy. It was a coincidence, but it worked out fucking perfectly, because I got to try before I buy, and Hook is a fantastic fragrance. I really like it. I probably would have never got to try it, and I wouldn't have gave it a try if it wasn't for LatherMeWhiskers. Now I have a full tub, I have a full splash, and I'm fucking super thankful that he gave me the chance to try that, and it was just like fortuitously timed. So that was the shave we used. Viking Soaps, Denmark. That was his sloppy writing, but we got Viking Soaps, Denmark on the side. A generous sample. We finished off with the Storybooks Hook. We lathered up with our fucking badass Smiles for Miles hot brush. And then we kept the Goldedge brothers alive by using the Double Duck this evening. So that was my tribute to the Captain LatherMeWhiskers. Cheers, brother. I hope you enjoyed this tribute shave for Tribute Shave Week. Like I said, I appreciate you, buddy, and I really do hope that I can get some work done from you in the future, and I hope that this fucking badass like relationship that we have just keeps on fucking trucking, because I appreciate you, man. Alright, I'll finish it there. We'll finish where we started with the beer. Cheers. Thank you guys for all the support, and please jump in on Tribute Shave Week. It's a good way to just show love to some of the fuckers that you like in this community. So, cheers, guys.